Hello there, I'm Nina with Sparkling Martini Crafts, and if you're joining me right now, it's because you're about to make this beautiful, lovely umbrella card. Isn't it gorgeous? So your kit may look a little different from mine. You may have a different color, pattern, maybe the flower shapes are different, but either way, it's gonna be beautiful because it's made with your hands and it's made with love. Within your kit, you'll see a list of all the different pieces that you need to create this and all the supplies, as well as something else fun. You'll see a nice cocktail recipe. Now the cocktail is for people who can legally drink and for those who want to drink. And if you don't, there's a mocktail version of this so you can enjoy it too. We're gonna do a dark and stormy to go with this umbrella theme. How fitting. So there are a few things I want you to remember. One, have fun with this. Have absolute fun. And if you're with your friends, even better. Hey friends! But whether you're with your friends or by yourself, make sure you enjoy what you're doing, you're relaxing, and you're having fun. Two, get creative. Add your own flair. If you have some stickers, some decals, some things that you know you have that will look good on this card, add it to it. And then number three, make sure you share it with me at sparklingmartinicrafts.com. You can either leave me a message or tag me on social media at sparklingmartini_crafts on Instagram. I can't wait to see what you create. So make sure you go ahead and make your drink if you want to. Grab your glue gun, some scissors, and let's get this thing started. I'm so excited for you, yay! Hello, let's get down to making this umbrella card. So in your craft kit, you'll have your basic card, your square pieces to make the actual umbrella, leaves, flowers, butterfly, ribbon, and your rhinestone stickers. Some additional supplies, you'll need a good pair of scissors, some form of glue. I prefer a glue gun, just be careful, it's hot. Now let's make this umbrella. You'll need your square piece. Turn it so it's looking like a diamond, then fold either side to make a conical shape. You'll want to measure it out a little bit to make sure they're about the same size. Mine are about 1.25 inches, but it doesn't have to be that perfect. We're going to glue next. So take your glue stick or your glue gun and glue along the side of it. You will have a flap of paper left over and it's okay. We'll take care of it later. Press it down and do that to each piece. So now you should have all 4 pieces and we're ready to start gluing them together to create the umbrella. Keep in mind that if you use the regular white glue, you're going to need a little bit of time in between to make sure that they dry so that they don't slip. So essentially what we're going to do is glue alongside the edge. Make sure that your folded side is down. Glue alongside the edge. Add the piece, match them up, and at the bottom you're going to cut to make sure that it's level with the other side so that we start to create our umbrella shape. Glue along the side, add your piece, and then cut along the bottom to make it even, and then we'll have our umbrella shape. If you made it this far, you're doing great, and now we're going to start to build our card base. So we're going to take our umbrella piece and glue it on top of the card. Make sure that you put it flush against the side that folds and not the side that opens. So it's going to be kind of category corner because we're going to make sure we have space enough to put our flower pieces on it. So go ahead and glue, press down. Remember, if you use regular glue, you may need more time before you can lift and open it. And then now we're going to cut a piece to make sure that we can apply our flowers. You're going to want about 1 inch of space, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure we have enough space for our flowers. I actually kind of messed this part up and I'll talk about it later. But we're going to go ahead and cut along the shape of the umbrella and alongside it to make sure that it's flush with the umbrella piece. It opens, it closes, it's looking good. So now we're going to add some pieces to the umbrella. So at the top corner, you're going to notice there's a white space, and we're going to take the triangle piece that came in your kit and use it as the top of the umbrella. Just try to line it up and make sure that it looks good to where you think you want to have it, and go ahead and glue it down. Remember, you don't have to be perfect, and we can cut it and shape it in a little bit, but for now, we're just going to get it on the card. Next, we're going to add our jewels to the base of the umbrella. So you may have different looking jewels from mine, but the process is still the same. Kind of measure out how many jewels you'll need per each umbrella piece. Cut it And then you're going to go ahead and stick it on the base of each one. I recommend just doing one at a time. Now we're ready to embellish the top piece. You're going to take your remaining jewels and stick it at the base of the top cone, and voila, there you go. Remember how I said it didn't have to be perfect? I'm cutting it now to make it a little bit more rounded. Now it's time to transition over to these flowers. And if you made it this far, I'm super proud of you, number one, and I'm excited to see what you got. I hope you and your friends are having fun building this card. So these flowers, you're going to see me do a few things, but let me explain the pieces. First, you have a base piece that's a little bit bigger, and then you have a center piece that's a little smaller. You're going to want to create a 3D effect, so you'll see me go ahead and bend the petals a little bit of the center and the base. I'm gluing the center onto the base piece, and then I'm taking a singular bead and making sure that I glue it onto the middle of the flower. Remember, if you're using regular white glue, it'll take a little bit longer to dry in between each piece. So make sure that you give it that space. You'll see me do it one more time, and then we're done with our flowers. Remember that little mistake I made? I cut the card a little bit too close to the edge, but it's okay as long as I have a place where the flowers can be glued. We are in the home stretch of building our beautiful umbrella card. So you'll see me placing down the flowers, making sure that I leave a little space for our umbrella handle. I left a space in between flowers 2 and 3. It's about center on the second cone on the umbrella. Let's glue this thing down. So here are a few tips with gluing down. Make sure when you glue down the flowers, it's partially inside of the cone shape in the white paper, but you want the majority of it sticking out. You'll notice some spaces in between your flowers of the white paper. That's going to be filled in later with a green leaf, so don't worry about it. Now let's put in our cane for our umbrella. You're going to stick it right in that space that we left in between flowers 2 and 3, and there we go. It is glued together and starting to look nice. Let's get into making our leaves. So remember when I talked about adding some flair? You can do this by adding a little bit of lines to your leaves, but this is totally optional and you can feel free to do what you want to do, or maybe try a little bit of colored pencil. So now we're going to start filling in our umbrella with our leaves. Make sure that when you're adding the leaves and gluing them down, you're tucking them behind the flowers and you're making sure you're tucking them behind where the umbrella is. Evenly space them out and try to just get all the little white spaces that are appearing on your card. Now time for the absolute fun part, all the extra embellishments. That's your ribbon, your butterfly, your extra beaded items. Let's figure out where we're going to place this butterfly. Make sure you bend it up a little bit to give it a more 3D effect. I placed mine there. And then we're going to take this ribbon and curl it between your thumb and the blade of the scissors. Make sure the scissors are closed. You're going to press them together and pull through. I'm going to show you how to do this one more time. If you want an extra curl, you're going to take the blade of your scissors in between your thumb and pull through. Lastly, I decided to add some extra beads as a second layer onto my umbrella. It's easier if you take it section by section, but I went ahead and just did 2 at a time all the way across. Look at that, just beautiful. And now I'm just sharpening up anything, cutting any edges, and just trying to make it the best looking card it possibly can. So here's another opportunity to get creative and add some flair. Maybe instead of using the gold gift tie, we can use leftover ribbon you may have from another project. Create a bow by gluing in the center, crisscrossing each piece. Add a little jewel for some pizzazz, and then we can place it on the umbrella handle as another creative way to make this your own. There we have it, our completed umbrella card. Write something nice and give it to somebody special. Bye! Don't forget to tag us at sparklingmartini_crafts.